Mr. President, every session, it seems like, at least for the last three sessions, we have a conversation in the final days about balance. And the balance is, we balance between what we spend, what we save, and what we give back. At the start of this session, I have continually said that our goal needs to be around $1 billion in tax relief. And Mr. President, we are going to be there. Mr. President, when we talk about balance, we also have to talk about the balance in what type of tax relief. When it comes to income tax, the executive budget had $125 million in income tax reduction. Earlier this session, this chamber passed out $250 million in income tax deduction. After crossover, we brought a bill out of the Finance and Tax Committee at $190 million in income tax reduction. Senate appropriation brought it to the floor at 125, and that's the one we sent over. Now we have 350. Mr. President, I think we all agree that we are going to reduce income tax, both corporate and personal, for the third session in a row, and that is a bold statement. That is the trend that we have established here. But it's also a trend that we can say is stable, it offers stability, it's a trend that we can sustain. So the question is, how do we balance the tax relief? Mr. President, I'd say that if we pass $350 million, we got to find the 100 somewhere. And Mr. President, I'd argue that if we can find the 100 some more when it comes to balance, I would argue that that 100 could better be spent on further property tax reduction. Mr. President, we got $750 million in property tax, $250 million in income tax reduction. That's the $1 billion, and I think it was our goal from the beginning. I think that's where we should go. And so, Mr. President, I would urge a red light on this bill, that we settle with the $250 million. That's still in another bill over there, so that'll come. So I'd ask for a red light on House Bill 1250.
Further discussion?